Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Talk Steer. In this episode we're heading up to Gt Ellingham to an event called Cars and Coffee. It's a multi-brand car meetup event and there are definitely going to be some Saabs thrown in for good measure. Let's go. We have made it to Gt Ellingham for Cars and Coffee. Now, whilst this is the very first instance of this event hosted here, it is already a fantastic turnout. We've got some incredible models on show, some real surprises coming through those gates. Let's go take a look at them.
My name's Andy. This is my little Spitfire, which is called the Eagle. I'll explain why in a moment. I got this back in about 2010. Initially just as a bit of fun. I'd had a couple of old Jags, I'd had an MGB GT before this, but I really wanted a soft top, so that's how this came about. A friend told me about a thing called the Screwball Rally, which is a trip around Europe. Everyone themes their car, so another friend said, well, it's a Spitfire, why don't you theme it as a Spitfire? So hence the fancy dress, if you like. 5-day trip, about 1,500, 2,000 miles, and it blew up on the last day. Had to get trailered home, all the rest of it. 2 years later, new engine, 1,500 instead of the 1,300, which would have been in the original. I then did the trip again, over 2,000 miles, not a blink, not a problem.
Oh, brilliant.
Absolutely ran lovely. So, and I've kept it ever since. It's just been a bit of fun. I now just take it along to different car shows. I let kids clamber all over it, whereas they're not normally allowed anywhere near some of the smart, lovely concourse cars. It's a bit of fun. And normally you'll find me wearing the goggles and the helmet and all that kind of stuff.
The full dress up, yeah. It's a great shape, isn't it? It's a lovely car.
Yeah, it's great. And so, I mean, my car's a bit like Trigger's broom. Everything's been replaced on it many times, but other than that...
Do you use the car quite regularly, or is it just as often as you can just to turn heads, or is it just with the odd event?
Yeah, odd event. Yeah. So sometimes I go on trips, it'll be 100 miles around Norfolk.
How long have you had the car?
13, 14 years.
How did you first come across it?
Just an ad. I had an MGB GT,
lovely,
which in retrospect I wish I'd kept, because it was a lovely thing. It was white with a red interior.
They're somewhat collectible now,
fabulous car.
Yeah.
Ran brilliant, but I so wanted a soft top at that point. I got rid and got this. How is the soft top mechanism
on this? Is it all sound?
It's a lot quicker than any of the automatic ones.
Yeah. I bet. So why is it called the Eagle then?
So that name came about after the first Screwball Rally. So each day was 400, 500, 600 miles journey to the next destination. And getting there in this, certainly the first time round, was quite an ordeal. And if we got to the campsite, which was usually at like 11 or 12 o'clock at night, everyone's cheering us as we go in. But it definitely felt like we'd achieved a mission.
Yeah.
Hence we'd say the Eagle has landed.
Yes.
And it kept the name the Eagle.
Thank you so much for chatting with me.
You're welcome.
My name's Colin Hales. This is a 1983 Tomaso Pantera GT5. It's a right-hand drive model, of which there's only about 15 ever made. Imported it from South Africa, because obviously in South Africa it's right-hand drive. Done quite a bit of work on it. It's running really well now. Hasn't got the original engine in it. Should have a 351 Cleveland Ford engine in it. This has actually got a 454 Chevrolet engine, which is a 7.4 litre. So it's quite a monster.
How would you rate it on performance? Is it more sort of top end, or is it quite torquey?
It's very, very torquey. You could nearly run around in fifth gear in it and hardly do anything with it. There's a lot of power, but the car's just has some huge wheels. It's not a nice nimble sports car. You don't want to be pushing it too hard, but it has got a lot of power as well. So it's just quite an unusual thing.
It is indeed. So how did you go about getting it back over here from South Africa? That must have been a hell of a mission.
Very difficult. especially when we didn't go and look at it.
Oh, right.
Literally, I know a guy in South Africa, so he sorted it out. We had an engineer look at it, and luckily it was actually in a private collection. Very, very rich guy in South Africa. He's got about 200 odd classic cars, and he sells a few every year just to upgrade his collection, and it was just for sale. It took 6 months to get out South Africa.
Nerve-wracking time then.
Yeah.
Before actually seeing it.
Oh yeah. Especially when you'd paid for it all as well.
Yeah,
it was
indeed.
quite concerning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the manufacturer, because I'm not sure many people would have heard of it.
De Tomaso was a little Italian company. Started in late 60s. Brought out a couple of earlier models. When they brought this out, they wanted to use Ford's engine, and Ford agreed, and then Ford looked at it and thought, oh, this could be quite a potential in America, so Ford bought the company. Then the market dropped out of them, and Ford gave the company back to the original owners. I think they've been bankrupt several times, and they're sort of about now, but they're trying to build a new car now, but I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know, maybe. After Ford got rid of them, they produced these. The earlier cars are much narrower, smaller wheels.
This is a proper beast.
Yeah, what they did to try and drum up sales, they produced a GT4 for the racing series, which they raced, which had all the big wheels on it. And that got a lot of attention, and then they produced the road car with the same sort of big arches, big wheels and everything.
What would you say gives you the biggest smile on your face about owning this car? Is it the looks you get from other people?
I think it is, because most people don't know what it is. Yeah, you get that all the time. A lot, because it looks very much like a Countach. Lamborghini Countach is very much similar, very similar age. Yes, you get that, but yeah, it's quite good because it is such an unusual thing, and quite a head turner. So yeah, it's well worth it.
Well, it's been absolutely brilliant to chat with you. Thanks for coming along today.
No problem. No problem. Nice to speak to you.
I'm Tara, and this is the Mitsubishi FTO. I've got the GPX model. We've got the GR down there as well. They're both GRs actually. So there's a different. This one's the faster model of the selection of FTOs. They're 2 litre V6. So a little bit nippy, bit of fun.
Is this your daily car, or do you have...
No. I'm in a Duke. Nissan Duke. So it's still Japanese.
It's still Japanese.
That's a part of the reason why I went for that as well, because I like my Jap cars.
What would you say makes you smile the most about being behind the wheel of this one? Is it
it's the attention it gets when it's on the road, because I think people don't know what they are. Sometimes they think it's a Supra, so it confuses people because you don't see them a lot. They're getting a bit rare now, due to they do rust quite easy because of their age. Rear end arches are definitely where they start the most. I mean, they're not overly loud cars, but they purr nicely.
Got good tone.
Yeah. I mean, these two have got completely different exhaust systems to this one as well, so they all sound different, which is nice. They're not all the same.
Their own personality.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, we may well see you again at another local event, who knows?
We'll probably be back here when they do another one.
Well, thanks so much for chatting with me.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. It's an awesome looking car, and great to see 3 in the lineup.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you.
And that was Cars and Coffee, broadcasting from Gt Ellingham in Norfolk, where we've met some fascinating owners, seen some incredible cars, and heard some great stories. We'll see you again soon at the next episode of Talk Steer.